Welcome to the Main Event Sports Show, live Thursday nights on the Plug Network. We are plugged in. Speaking of plugged in, I got my man right here, Joe Kelly. Tell him what's good, Joe.
Always a pleasure to come around. We also got our man via satellite
On
remote.
location, Haven Double H Harrington, Captain Have Man. What's good,
Man,
brother?
what's going on?
Not
Man,
much,
everything's
man.
going pretty good down here. It's actually the first day it hasn't rained since I've been in Florida, so
You're actually
pretty
in
nice.
Seminole country, right?
oh yeah, you know it. Right in the heart of Seminole country in Tallahassee.
Holding it down for us.
Oh yeah, I'm going to the game this Saturday, so I'm kind of excited to see what the Cards are going to do.
Down there getting the fix in for us. Haven's down there sabotaging some things. Deflate gate, any kind of gate he's stashing camp, spy gate, deflate gate, anything we can do to have a chance to have a leg up in this game, huh? How about that?
Hey, you know it.
Hey, well, I'm taking my talents to Bowling Green, Kentucky this weekend to see my Western Kentucky University Hilltoppers take on the Indiana Hoosiers. IU is actually coming to town, and typically Western would host a big game like that down in Nashville at the Titan Stadium. But they decided this time around they're going to host it at home, live on campus, one of the most beautiful campuses in the country.
Do they still give free student tickets?
I just found out last night that they do, and I was kind of surprised by
Wow.
that. A friend of mine that I'm going with, his daughter is a student there, and he said that she has her free ticket. I was pretty shocked that Western is still, for well, it's kind of free. They pay for it in their tuition, but
Yeah,
still.
they always get you.
But yeah, they always gonna get you, but still, it's still a nice gesture. But they can go to all sporting events for free.
I was at my sister-in-law's graduation from Western a few years ago, and it was eerie to be sitting in the arena, seeing all the Conference USA banners.
Yeah.
It felt like that's my campus.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. Western has come a long way. But I digress. Of course, we have the Terrible Twos here live. We have my man Captain Have Man. We have Rock and our main man Reverend Rail out on a special assignment for the evening. But nonetheless, we're going to hold it down and take you all into the weekend of sports that we have coming up. So Haven, tell us something good, man. What are you thinking about U of L's? U of L, this is another Florida game. They had Central Florida last week. What are you fellas thinking about how U of L pulled that game out last week? I know everybody's pretty excited about the finale, but is there anything to be said about the total game, how U of L played? Are there weaknesses still showing up, or are we just going to celebrate the fact that they won a close game? In the final seconds.
Yeah, we are. We are.
Let's do that. I think it's a great time to do so. What you thinking, Hayden? What's on your mind, brother?
Man, I'm thinking this is what we've been wanting to see all year from U of L. They were aggressive. The play calling was great. He kept Central Florida off balance with the play calling. This is the Malik Cunningham that we thought was going to see at the beginning of the year, but he wound up showing up in Game 3. So all in all, this was a great performance by U of L. This was exactly the performance the fan base needed, and I think the team needed as well to kind of give them confidence going into the ACC schedule.
I agree with that completely. And since Rashawn is on special assignment, I went on and covered his weight. I rewatched the game. I studied the film. I crossed some boxes off, checked them off, so I could come and argue with Will.
Look.
man.
I'm smiling real big. So here's the thing, right? I give Rocky a hard time about his analytics, and he's always Mr.
You ain't educated.
The educated guest.
Crunches the numbers.
And I mean, in our private group text, I was lighting him up. I was like, dude, you come with all of this. Well, I think U of L is gonna win by, this many points or the last minute. I'm like, dude, really? If you can really predict stuff that closely, you need another job. So he throws it out there. He responds. I said, so give us what's going to be the outcome of the game then? This was what game were we talking about? The Green Bay
and Detroit.
in Detroit. So my man says Green Bay 35-17. And I'm like, yeah, whatevs. You know what I'm saying? I fall off to sleep watching the game. I'll be damn, I wake up. Green Bay wins the game 35-17.
Yeah, I mean.
And I gave him his prize. I said, yo, he's the GOAT. I mean, I'll leave him alone. I'm not going to quit bothering him. Next time he gets one wrong, I'm going to light him up on air, you know what I'm saying, online, on everywhere. But, Rocky, he does what he does, and he does a very good job of it. I can make fun of him, but if you come after him and you're not part of this Main Event Sports family, we got problems. Said all of that to say, Joe is going to stand in for Rocky this week with the analytics and so on and so forth, and I will continue to be the color and commentary as I always am, but still can get it right just as good. But getting back to the topic.
Getting back to the game, guys. Here's what I saw. This is what makes me happy. You remember 2 weeks ago, I said on this show, you don't have to win every game, but you can't lose boring, and you can't look like a chump.
Right.
And all I think our fan base wants to see is you go in there and you swing and you have a puncher's chance. That's what we did. The other thing that I had questioned, and I guess maybe Coach Satterfield listened to the show. I don't know. Maybe we got a new fan. Because it seemed like he's been listening to us, guys. I said I don't know if he's capable of making adjustments. I don't know if he's capable of doing that because he showed me nothing in a year and 2 games to prove otherwise. Well, I'm sitting here eating crow today. And I'm happy to do it, to be honest with you. They came out. They ran a joke of an offense for the first 2 possessions. He went back to the drawing board. They came out. And next thing you know, we started seeing 5 linemen putting hats on heads.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, and I got to be honest, right? I was caked up with my wife Friday night. We were relaxing, having some quality time. I looked at my phone and saw the score. Saw it was tied 28-28. I literally started to dump the whole night in favor of watching that game, but I couldn't do it. I swear. I was like, man, I'm just gonna have to be in the doghouse the rest of the week. I got to turn on this game. All of that just to walk. After I kept hearing how the game ended, man, I was sick. I hate so much that I missed that. One for the ages, a classic, instant classic.
Yeah,
instant classic. In favor of U of L, thankfully. In favor of U of L.
And Mr. Pick 6, Alderman. Here's a little fun fact for y'all. He's on the Netflix show about high school recruiting. Because when he ran that back, I was like, that name is so familiar. And then I remembered, I was binge watching terrible television on Netflix a couple weeks ago and saw that he committed. So thank you, Mr. Alderman.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We would take what we can get. A great win by the Cards. As they say, those close ones, that helps to, build a lot of character. When you can pull out those, finding a way to win is what distinguishes the great ones from the good ones. And U of L found a way to win that game, no matter how, they went about it. It's about finding a way to win.
I couldn't agree more. Haven, what do you think we've got moving forward from the team? Do you think this was like a kickstart to them? Or was this an aberration?
I mean, hopefully. We'll just have to see. The first 2 games of the season left with no hope. I mean, the team just looked so lethargic.
So even the EKU win was they looked hopeless after the win?
Yeah, I mean, it did because that's a team that U of L should have hung at least 50 points on. And Louisville had 178 yards in the first half, which is just unacceptable. I mean, completely unacceptable. And then to come out there Friday night and completely reverse that, where they came out, like I said, with the magic of play calling, going for it on 4th down on your own end of the field, letting Malik run and do what Malik does best, getting the ball to wide receivers with just short plays. The running game was there. The offensive line was firing off the ball. But those are things we haven't seen all year. And then all of a sudden, when your job is on the line, when your back's against the wall, the magic happens. Well, now that he's no longer on a hot seat and his back is no longer against the wall. And we've said this before, when Coach Satterfield, since he's been at U of L, when he coaches against the named teams and big-time programs, he gets conservative. I was in Tallahassee his first year where he had where the quarterbacks were playing off 10, 15 yards off the ball and just allow for us so they get easy slants and matriculate the ball down the field, no problems. Once again, you still gotta get out there. You still gotta prove who you are, what you are, and what this team can do. Man, Friday night was awesome. It's the energy and it's everything that this team needed. But going to Saturday, man, you got to keep it up. Now you got to show consistency. Now you got to show that, when FSU's down, you can kick them and stomp on them and finish them off and then keep the energy going to the next game after that. And that's what I want to see. I want to see if Louisville can keep that same energy, can keep that same creative play call, that can keep that same aggressiveness going into another game. Because of this FSU team, Yes, they haven't won a game. Yes, they got blown out by Wake Forest. But if you watch this team, and I've been forced to watch FSU play about 2 or 3 times already. One of the things about FSU team is that they have talent. They can move the ball. They get great penetration with the defensive line. FSU problem is this may be the most undisciplined team I've ever seen. They constantly shoot themselves in the foot with turnovers. They're averaging like 10 penalties a game. They just can't get out their way. So if Louisville can kind of keep that going, they should do pretty well. If they play with 2/3 energy that they play with Friday night, Louisville should win easily. But, we'll see.
Well, they are on the road in Tallahassee. So, again, there are a lot of factors that play into that. That they've developed somewhat of a rivalry with Florida State since joining the ACC several years back. So this will be more than just a regular game for both teams. So, like you said, they have to come out ready to play and ready to kind of put the nail in the coffin against FSU and not give them much life. Otherwise, this can be a tough way to go for Louisville because Louisville still has a lot of flaws. We can't let this win, negate that. But, again, progress is progress. And,
Given
it's
how
something they
down
can build
I
on.
was on this team after the Eastern Kentucky game, I'm happy.
Yeah, I'm happy for him,
this
too.
This is my ecstatic face right now, people.
Yeah, right. I'm mad that I missed it. That's what I'm mad about. The team.
Man, you missed a great game.
I know.
You missed a great game.
It is the first game, gentlemen, in probably a decade that I didn't DVR because I was so apathetic about it. So I guess we got a new rule. I don't DVR games anymore. I got to recatch them on ESPN Plus.
That sucks for me because I was hoping to get that off you. I was going to ask you to get that up out you. Check that out.
ESPN login.
You know what I'm saying? So, it's it is what it is, man. I definitely missed a good one, but there were several other games that we can talk about later on in the show that were, still worth watching. But that was a tough one not to get a chance to see.
I think Ole Miss is still scoring points right now.
Well, folks, we are wrapping up the end of our first segment. We'll be back on the other side of this break with more of William Wright and Joe Kelly and our main man, Haven Double H Harrington, live on location in Tallahassee. We'll see you on the other side. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The Main Event Sports Show live on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in. We are still here with William Wright, Joe Kelly, Haven, Double H Harrington, Captain Haveman, live from Tallahassee. I don't know why I like saying it like that.
Keep saying it
Tallahassee. Randy
Jackson Heights.
Tallahassee.
I'm going to say it like that forever.
Yeah, I got to.
It's permanently burned it.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So what do you think about this week, man? We got an opportunity to go 1-0 in conference.
Well, I tell you what. I would love to see that happen, and not just to see it happen, but also to see it happen against Florida State. Again, we know Florida State's down, but we also know how much names matter in this sport. Beating an in-conference big-name team would be a major boost for Louisville continuing this season as far as for the fan base. So we all know and understand that. So, it is what it is. Florida State could be, half-staffed and, only 3 men on the field. We will take that win, and we will take it with pride. We certainly will.
This is not the Clemson team of years past. If we somehow knock them off this year, I'm celebrating.
We will take it. We will take it. Now, Double H, you're down in Tallahassee. What's the mood like down there about this game coming up?
Well, Satterfield has given his hot seat to one Mike Norvell here at Florida State because this man is being skewered by Florida State's fan base. I mean, this is the first time when they lost to Jackson State. That's the first time they ever lost to an FCS school in team history. And then they get mollywopped by Wake Forest last week. And to start the season 0-3, the loss to Notre Dame, we can kind of excuse that because they had one really good half where they almost turned things around. They almost caught back up and beat Notre Dame. But, man, those next 2 losses were completely inexcusable. And now everybody's going crazy. He has some weird quarterback system where he has Milton come in and start, and then sometimes U of L transfer, Travis Jordan comes in, and then he starts, and then in the same series, they rotate in and out. When he get 2 plays, only gets 2 plays. It's no consistency down here. It's just completely weird. I have no idea what he's doing. The defense plays, pretty well. They get good pressure, but this is a hapless Florida State team, and nobody in Tallahassee is happy, except for FAMU fans. FAMU fans are ecstatic. All the FSU fans, salty, complete salt.
Now, I'm going to say this as a Hilltopper. Willie Taggart was the quarterback for Western Kentucky when I was in school back in the late 90s and the mid to late 90s. Now, when Florida State, when he left Oregon to go to Florida State, I kind of thought it was a bad move, but I also understood he's a Florida boy. We loved him when he came back to coach for Western Kentucky. But we knew this was an opportunity for him to get back home with, a high-profile coaching job. Everybody understood it. But us Western fans were pretty, upset when Florida State let him go. So, I have no pity for them. I feel like they're getting what they deserve. The schools that play this coaching carousel, when you have a good quality coach that you don't give an opportunity to, you kind of deserve what you get.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting it.
And it doesn't
they're
help.
getting it.
It doesn't help either that they replaced him with Memphis State's old coach. And it's a white dude that had cornrows, for God's sakes. People, you can't trust him. Nope, I'm watching you, Mike.
Right. So, we just waiting on the photos to surface. That's all we're waiting on.
The thing about this game is that Louisville could literally face one of their transfer quarterbacks, Jordan Travis, and two, one of their top recruits that decided to leave and go to Florida State, Chubba Purdy. Chubba Purdy is now named a backup. And it's kind of weird because, like, in Louisville's press conference after they beat UCF, they kind of asked him about, like, hey, what's coming up? And, Satterfield kind of threw a little shade toward my man Chubba.
What did he say?
A four-star quarterback sitting the bench. Then they kind of asked him about, so what do you think about, about going down to Florida State? They got Jordan Travis down there, one of the transfers, and Chubba Purdy. And Satterfield kind of made the comment, well, hey, sometimes, guys could stay for a better position, but now they're backing up, holding the clipboard, and it's kind of all sorts of salt and shade. So yeah, I'm excited.
He was throwing 7 kinds of smoke at people in that press conference, man. He took a shot.
He
at
was
our
feeling
fans.
himself.
Hey, that's what
He
I was
took
about
a
to say.
shot
It
at
sounded
our
like
fans.
he's
He was
feeling himself, man. Look, Satterfield, slow down, brother. You was almost in that same boat.
You were tripping over yourself, man. Stop for a minute. He said that it was a great game. Too bad there weren't more fans in attendance to see
Oh, man. Dude, that's almost as bad as Charlie Strong talking about Big Blue Nation. Slow down, Satterfield. You got you a good win in, man. Chill out.
A nice win over an unranked opponent.
Be humble. How about that? We're going to leave that one at that, man. Chill out. Bring home another one this weekend, then we'll let you get a little cocky. So,
hey, but you know what? Let's be honest. As many shots as I've taken at the guy and said I don't know if his personality's good, if he wants to get a little chippy, man, just win. Just win the damn games.
Win, but dude, stay up because look, if when that next loss is coming back, it's gonna come back on you, man. Chill out. We all know what you've been. Hey, thank you for the win. I'm with Joe. We're happy. Thank you. Thank you. I ain't
hey,
gonna
you know what?
hard.
I'm excited, man. You know what? Get your swag. Show your swag, man. That's what this program's been missing, man. It's that swag. Go ahead and show it.
Yeah,
be proud, puff your chest out. Talk a smack.
What does a swaggy set look like, though? Like, I'm trying to imagine this guy with drip, and I'm struggling, guys.
Nah, it's all over. It's all over. So Haven, what about your UK Wildcats? Because I'm starting to wonder about you and these Wildcats. You and Rock with these Wildcats, man. You keep putting it on the program for the show. What about it? They struggled against Chattanooga. You still want to talk about this?
Yeah, you know what?
Do we have to?
It is what it is. Hey, Kentucky's a good team.
Are they?
They're a very good team. Honestly,
are they?
I think they are. Kentucky's a good team, a very good team. Honestly, I think the only reason they struggle is Chattanooga because Kentucky does this every year. They get a weaker opponent and they just overlook them.
Good
and
teams
you could
don't
tell
do
that
Haven.
Hey, even Alabama had a down game against Mercer, where they kind of struggled to score points in the first quarter. They kind of took them a quarter and a half to kind of get rolling. It happens. You play a team that you're supposed to beat up by 89 points, 100 points, and it happens. It takes a while. You don't take them seriously. They come in all hyped up, ready to go. I mean, you're a West Kentucky fan. You should know. I mean, how many times have you been in that situation?
Does that mean? What was that supposed to mean? Ask yourself why Louisville took West Kentucky off their schedule. Don't start with me, Haven. Don't start with me, dude. Hey, look, Western's going up against Indiana this weekend. They got Michigan State next weekend. Western's not playing games with y'all clowns, man. Y'all better get ready. If Western beats IU this week, I don't care. IU's down and shit. I don't want to hear it. they beat IU. And that's going to be a big deal.
IU balled last week. I mean, they kind of gave it up at the end. But, at first, they controlled the entire first half of their game. Completely and utterly controlled it. And then, it's just –
well, they can leave all of that
hold it.
They can leave all of that up in Bloomington because we ain't about to have down in Bloomington. I'm actually going to the game, very, very, very much so looking forward to it. And you see how smoothly I just changed that topic from UK, so we didn't have to talk about it. But no, look, UK is UK, man. As I've been saying a lot lately, just about everything that goes on here in the Bluegrass State, Kentucky deserves Kentucky. They are what they are. They get what they get. If they get a good win, good for them. If they get a bad win, good for them. If they lose, good for me. But, I'm not hating on them, even though it sounds like it.
You are hating on them.
No. They struggled against Chattanooga. I don't know who do they have coming up this weekend?
South Carolina.
What are you thinking about that game?
Honestly, I think UK is going to do their thing. I think South Carolina is another SEC opponent. I think they respect them a bit more, especially after struggling against Chattanooga. I think we see that comeback. And I expect Kentucky to do their thing. They have great defensive line. They're part of one of the best offensive lines in the SEC, literally outside Alabama. So, and with their three-headed monsters at running back, Kentucky's real.
Plus,
I think Kentucky's doing the thing. I think they have a chance to be 4-0.
They also got the running back with the coolest name in college athletics.
Kavasier Smoke.
Hot damn.
How does it? Yeah, it don't get no. They stay having some. What was the one they had before? I can't remember his name. Juju. I can't remember his name.
I don't know. This is the most I've ever talked about Kentucky.
Yeah, Kentucky they stay having some dope names. Boom Williams, Stanley Boom Williams. Yeah, they stay having some slick names.
But Kavasier, man, look, you just can't beat Kavasier Smoke.
Plus the fact that's his government. Like that's on the man's birth
certificate. The only thing that comes close to it, in my opinion, is Eric B. Enemy. And I don't even know how staged that was, but Eric B. Enemy. I mean, like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kavasier Smoke is a dope name. Very dope name.
I mean, it is. That's like the blackest name in the history of black names.
I thought it
doesn't get any blacker than Kavasier Smoke at all.
Crown Royal Smith, maybe. I don't know.
Not even Crown Royal Smith, because you need to be like Crown Royal Black and Mouse or something like that.
Yeah. I
get that last
name. I got to put some time into that one. So, But you can't definitely show a lot of promise for the season. Let's see how they hold it together over the course of the season. They definitely are going to have some pretty more serious opponents as they get deeper into the SEC schedule. So we'll see how they come out on the other side of it. Big ups to Kentucky. It is what it is.
You always want a team that reflects its coach, and I mean they're ugly. They just line up and hit you. I mean,
you just called Stoops ugly. I don't know. That's rough.
Yeah, it is what it is.
No, Stoops.
If that's the case, that means you must be fighting howdy doodies or something.
But no, I think
Toy
Stoops is a very solid person and a solid coach. He has a lot of good ideas. They just struggle in terms of personnel.
He's the kind of coach I'd want to play for.
I would like to play for somebody like Stoops. I swear I would.
I'm firmly convinced you will get in absolutely no trouble if you get into a fight.
Yeah, you can carry guns and shoot parties up, and you are on the team. That is guaranteed.
Gotta have a screw.
Hey, as long as you ball.
Got to.
It just means more in the SEC, guys.
What were you saying there, Double H?
That's as long as we ball, they don't care.
They don't care,
SEC,
man.
baby.
That's how it should be. We got money.
SEC,
we got,
man.
it is what it is. We got whatever we need.
Look at Florida when they had Urban Meyer, man. It's all about the murderers. Kill somebody.
Hey, man, when he said that he was taking...
You got 4-3-40?
When he said he was stepping away because he was having heart trouble, I was like, you just know the team's going to suck without Tebow. But then you look back at that arrest record, and the Pouncey boys were on there.
Pretty rough.
Hernandez.
Oh, my God.
They talking about Hernandez was killing people when he was an undergrad.
Yes, indeed.
No wonder he had chest problems. He's a damn warden, not a coach.
Yeah, so we're going to continue on the other side of this break, folks. Man, Double H down in Tallahassee tuning in with us. Me, got my man Joe Kelly here, other side of the break. Stay plugged in. It's good just because I like it, man. And welcome back to the Main Event Sports Show live on the Plug Network. Matter of fact, you can catch us every Thursday night, 7 p.m. on the Plug Network, Plug Live. We got my man Joe Kelly. We got my man Double H Harrington, live from Tallahassee. So, what do you think about the Lamar show, Double H, this past Sunday? What do you think about it against Patrick Mahomes, my homies?
Man, that game. I mean, like, this whole weekend of football games was just out of control. It started Friday night with Louisville went on a last-second pick six. I thought for sure the Cowboys had lost the game because of horrendous clock management, wound up pulling it out. And then Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson at the duel in Kansas City. Oh, my Lord, that game was just hype. The thing that made this game so awesome is the fact that, Lamar came in there with the limping team. No running backs. He pulled like 3 dudes off the street to play running back. They lost their starting left tackle. I mean, they were injured, just losing players throughout the game to injuries. And they just kept coming. They got down a little bit, and then they just started coming. Then halfway through the game, I was like, man, if Lamar doesn't pull this out, they're going to blame Lamar. But the defense ain't doing nothing to stop Patrick at all. I mean, those guys like rumping down the field. They weren't tackling nobody. Kelsey gets loose, and he's a tight end juking safeties and cornerbacks like on the way to the end zone. I was like, oh, my God, what are they doing? Then the defense gets 3 straight stops. Boom. They put it over. And the best part of the whole game was when Harbaugh was like, it was 4th and 2. We're going to kick it, give Patrick like a minute to drive down the field, or we're going to go for on 4th and 2, Lamar. What you want to do, Lamar? What you want to do? He's
what did Lamar say?
Man, we got this.
He said, no, he quoted himself. He said, hell yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah.
But that's all right, man. We got this. What are you talking about, son?
Yes,
you in the ball, son?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what you want, man. You want a quarterback that says, no, you're not going to give Patrick Mahomes the ball back. I'm keeping it. This is my rock. You can't have it, Pat. You're too good. That's it.
And he went for it and he got it, man.
And then put the ball in his own hands. Was like, I got this. Just hand the ball to me. We ain't faking nothing. If I have to juke all 12 guys on the team, including head coach, I got this. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, Lamar balled. He made those 2 bad interceptions, but other than that, man, he just took the game over. And we start running the ball. They had no answers for him on the ground. None.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you expect teams to eventually kind of figure you out, but Lamar is just one of those players that can't be figured out because he's so dynamic. There's no figuring him out. There's no rhyme or reason to his, ain't no father to his style. You understand what I'm saying? That's just the bottom line. You know what I mean? Lamar, he's Lamar, man, and it's something you can't put your finger on. He does get caught up from time to time, man, but that boy is something special.
Here's the thing about Lamar. I have to slightly disagree with you there.
Okay.
You can figure him out in the same sense that I can Google how to take apart a car engine and rebuild it, but that doesn't mean I'm going to be able to put it back together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you can scheme towards him and you can identify what he does, but you still can't stop that cheetah sprint.
That's true. That's some truth to that. Yeah, you can to be able to know what he's going to do and to be able to prevent him from doing it is 2 different things.
Yes.
I would say I completely agree with that.
And you see this all the time. That's why I think it's so dumb when you see like NFL analysts, guys who get paid big money to do this all the time. They talk about, well, they'll figure out Lamar Jackson out.
You're not going to keep talking about Rashawn when he's not here. Look. You can't do that. He's got to be here to defend himself.
I'll make sure. We'll call him up, make sure he's on the line next time. But it's just like, could you figure out Bo Jackson when he was playing?
Right.
Like you knew what the Raiders were going to do.
Right.
But could you stop it? When Jim Brown was playing, like you knew what Jimmy B was going to do. Yeah, everybody knew what the Browns were going to do. They were going to either run left, run right, or run up the middle. They're like 4 plays. The next one maybe throw the ball. That was it. But you knew that Jim Brown was coming. Could they stop him? No.
No, you can't.
Same thing with Lamar. You know what's coming, but can you stop it? No.
Go ahead. It reminds me of the Barry Sanders MVP season. Terry Bradshaw, in full Terry Bradshaw glory, was like, it ain't that hard to stop him. All you got to do is pay attention to his belly button.
The
you
belly
can't juke
button.
the belly button.
Yeah.
And I just remember Rod Woodson looking at him and saying, "It's spoken like a dude who played offense."
Right.
Shut
Yeah.
the hell up, man. You can't tackle Barry Sanders in a damn phone booth.
Man, yeah, no, that's a good example, man. Yeah, and Bo Jackson, the Human Tecmo Bowl. Yeah, I mean, it's only so much you can do, and it makes it such a pleasure to watch Lamar play because he is a highlight reel on the field, man. It's very, very, it's exciting watching him play. For lack of a better term,
It
it's
makes you
very
feel like
exciting.
a kid again, man.
It really does.
It makes you fall in love with the game of football because you're seeing just how incredible that sport can be
Oh,
when,
my
when the
gosh.
finest athlete on earth dedicates to that craft.
Yes, indeed.
But how lucky are we though to witness like young quarterbacks completely take over the league with Patrick Mahomes, Lamar. I mean, guys, next level. I mean, like we all thought for a while that once Brady retired, well, if he was ever going to retire, but he's on his back half. When Aaron Rodgers started to slow down, I was like, who's next? Like, who's going to take that mantle after Peyton Manning and all those guys? And man,
the league is
like
in
Patrick
great
Mahomes
hands.
and Lamar's like, we got this, and
In
took off
great
running with
hands.
it.
And not to take anything away from how Lamar has improved on his passing game, his accuracy, his efficiency. He's gotten a lot better with that too. So I mean, I know that it's fun to watch him run. It's fun to watch him. His juke moves and put the defense in a blender. But his passing ability has great, and his decision making on the field has greatly improved. I know he had 2 interceptions during the game, but still, Lamar, he's throwing a lot of nice strikes, man, and it's good to see. Then we still don't forget about my main man Bridgewater, man. People ask me who's your team, and I say I follow players and coaches. And right now I'm checking for Bridgewater, I'm checking for Lamar, I'm checking for my homie Patrick Mahomes, I'm checking for Jameis Winston right now, but I'm also checking for my main man in Pittsburgh, Mike Tomlin. He's from my hometown. So those are the people that I look for in the games that I watch. The only team that I kind of pull for every time around is Cincinnati, just due to proximity. But
That's like me. I'm a casual observer to the NFL, and I'm just a fan of professional football.
Exactly.
Here's what I decided years ago. First, some of my buddies from college started getting drafted to teams that I grew up hating.
Right.
So you had to bury that BS because they're paying you now.
Right.
They're keeping my friends employed. And then one day I realized, you know what? I had never paid taxes in a professional city. Why do I let this team ruin my Sunday?
Right.
I'm not doing it anymore. So I'm a casual observer. Just to touch on Lamar, though, one last thing I want to say. When he did the tumble in the end zone,
man.
I looked at my wife and I screamed from the couch. And I'm sure Haven might have heard me down in Tallahassee. Lamar Jackson is proof God is real and he loves us.
Listen, and it brought me back to the U of L end zone flip.
Yes.
Yeah, oh my gosh, man, that was amazing. And
everything that I used to think was corny that they would say about Brett Favre, like, look at him, just a kid in the backyard playing.
Man.
It's how I feel watching Lamar.
it's how I feel
man.
watching Lamar. And also, I have become a Tom Brady worshiper. I'm sorry. After the win
About time.
in Tampa Bay. No. And I'll say this. Because like a lot of people, nobody knew whether it was Belichick or Brady. Who is the one, or the combination of the two. But when this man went to Tampa Bay, a team that wasn't even a contender, Tampa Bay, and took them and won the Super Bowl his first year there. Dude, see, that's the kind of greatness I follow. You understand what I'm saying? People
He
wonder
looks
why.
younger than he did in his rookie
Dude,
pictures.
understand what I'm saying. Dude, how can you not like? What is there not to like about this man at this point?
He's more successful than me and he has more money, so,
Yeah, there's a lot to hate
plenty
about
on
him.
him,
Yeah, I'm
but-
just saying,
But
man,
as a
it's-
football player, man, you can't. No, the GOAT discussion.
He's the greatest.
Man, yeah. And if not him, who? That's all I would say to that
He's the
argument.
greatest
like,
quarterback of all time.
Man.
I know people try to be like Peyton Manning. Screw Peyton Manning. Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback
I texted
of
you
all
guys
time.
in the group chat before Monday, before the ball game against Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. Do you guys kind of worry that maybe Lamar isn't to Patrick Mahomes how Peyton was to Brady? That he just has if he played in any other area, you'd be talking about the GOAT. But because he had to go up head to head with him, and up until Monday, the Chiefs have been the better team every meeting.
Yeah, but the Chiefs are the better team.
But that's not. But that's not how.
Yeah, I
it gets
understand.
relayed.
I understand. He's gonna be the one that they compare him to and try to. And Patrick Mahomes is more of a poster child. He's easier to make a poster child, and everybody understands and knows what I mean by that. You know, the face of the league. You know, they choose people based on a lot of things. You know, based on being refined and you know their you know how articulate they are. You know, a lot of those things matter. But I think that you know while wearing an Allen Iverson Bubba Chuck as we called him in Virginia shirt. I think that Lamar would be perfectly fine being the Bubba Chuck of the NFL. You know, if I got to be the one to come in here and make them create a dress code just because of me, I'm with that. You understand what I'm saying?
Was anybody else not surprised that they didn't try to kick Lamar out of the game for taunting? Because I don't know what your all's thoughts are on that, but the NFL's new crackdown on taunting is absolutely ridiculous.
I'm not surprised because they know what that would have done to their ratings had they put that man out of their game. Oh man, every TV set in the country would have switched over to 227 reruns. How about that? No, you better I wish you would take about the game. What are you doing? You gotta know better than that. I mean, no place, child. You know what I mean? No, come on, man. No, don't do that. No, they knew better than that.
I was just a little surprised because they've been egregious in it, and I just thought, Lamar, man, you can't be cartwheeling with braids, man. This is no fun.
It's almost gotten bad as college football, the targeting rules, with them throwing out like every other play on a team for targeting.
Right.
For good hard tackles, you're out.
Yeah, but
Kicker,
then when Durant and LeBron go against each other, they're not going to throw either one of them out of the game. That's just the bottom line of it. They know better than that. All right, just calm it down and go back. But he's bleeding. Look, just go to your benches, okay? We'll figure it out. You know, so no. I'm not surprised they didn't throw him out. But you know, we got a lot of action coming up this weekend. A lot more to talk about. You know, in terms of the games that are coming up. You know, for our local college teams, for the NFL teams that we follow. There's a whole lot of action this weekend that we'll kind of get to on the other side of this break. As always, we want you to come back and follow us on the Plug Network on the other side of the break. We got my man Joe Kelly, William Wright, Haven H. Harrington, and Tallahassee. We'll see you on the other side. Welcome back to the Main Event Sports Show on the Plug Network. Plugged in with my man Joe Kelly. My man, Haven H. Harrington. Where you at, Haven?
Man, hey, I'm down here in Tallahassee, Florida, enjoying myself, taking care of my madre.
I should have did it, man. You supposed to say Tallahassee. Come on, Haven.
You know what? I can't. This is my second home. I can't go Tallahassee.
You just did
it. Doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right. But hey, before we get too far, I'd like to thank all of our patrons who have signed up to become patrons of the show, who support the show and help us do everything we do because we're trying to expand. Trying to hire more writers, do more events, things of that nature. And without our patrons, it just can't happen. So I'd like to thank all the folks who signed up to be our patrons. So that includes Jessica Evans, Cynthia Rothrock, Al Simmons, Richard Jones, Assad Nawabi, Carmen Ibanez, and my man John Rico. So, hey, thanks for coming, our first patrons. We love you guys, and we're going to put in some work.
I don't know y'all, but you all are my new favorite people.
Man, favorite people. And tell them tell other people how they can become our patrons as well, Haven.
Hey, if you want to become a patron, it's very simple. Go to our website, maineventsports101.com, and you see a picture of me, Rock, and my man William right here, post up there. You see a sign that says become a patron. Click that button, fill it out, and there you go. You become a patron of Main Event Sports Show, man. Help us keep growing, keep achieving, keep building.
Help us keep the lights on. Yes, indeed.
There we go.
Indeed. So we're about to get into these picks, Haven. We're about to get into these picks. Interestingly enough, the first one on the list is WKU
It's just
versus
for you,
IU.
baby.
WKU
just for
versus
you.
IU. Listen, I'm going to tell you like this. Okay? I get it. IU is a big-name team. It would be a huge win for Western Kentucky. And I definitely think that Western's going to pull this one out. Western is looking good at the beginning of the season. I think this would be a time for them. If they can pull out this game against IU and have a showing against Michigan State, I think this will put Western back into that conversation when they start talking about the teams that they might pluck out of some of these mid-major conferences or these smaller conferences up to one of these Power 5 conferences to help with this realignment type of deal. Western's name popped up like once or twice, you know what I'm saying? And it might have been locals from down in Bowling Green that brought it up, but hey, it is what it is. But no, I think Western will pull this game out. I'll be up down there in section 327 watching live. Looking forward to it. What are your thoughts on this game, Mr. Kelly?
Well, I have no respect for IU football because why should I? I've always liked Western. You know what I mean? And I don't mean this in a condescending way, Will, because I know that you're
Of course
all
he
about it.
does. Of course
No,
he does.
no. I really, I promise you, man. They just always felt like a cool, like little brother type school to U of L. Like I never felt any reason to dislike y'all.
Fun fact. For several years, Western was actually the second largest university in the state of Kentucky. So they were the big brother to U of L.
Interesting. Right.
U of L only retook that, and Western did this without a nursing school, or without a school of medicine, without a school of law, without a pharmacy school. They were still the second largest in the state, ahead of U of L.
You was got to the party school for so many years. What do you expect?
Right. Well, U of L only retook that lead when they won the championship in 2013.
Okay.
So, but I'm sorry for interrupting, but just wanted to.
But I'm just saying, like, Western's one of those schools I've always known somebody in attendance there.
Right.
So I was always in Bowling Green. You know what I mean? For
No,
a
I'm
period
with
of
you.
life up until probably 30. It's where my wife's family, they all went to school there. So
It was a
no
great
problems.
school. It's a great school. So, what are you thinking about this Western IU game?
Western by 100.
Western by. Well, realistically, do you think Western has?
See what I did there? You thought that I was being condescending.
No,
but I'm
no.
over here- No, I'm gonna be a big Topper fan on Saturday because
I want to see what Rocky has to
night.
say about it. Well, what I think, my prediction and my hypothesis is that
I think Western's one of those smaller schools that you don't want to play.
You don't want to
You
play.
don't want to play them.
UK
You
has
don't
proved
want
it.
them.
U of L has
Right.
proved it.
You don't want to play them.
You don't wanna
They
play
will-
them.
You try to schedule a cupcake and you get hit in the mouth by them.
Yes, indeed.
You just bite into a rock.
We rush Kroger Field down in Bowling Green. We give Louisville the fits. Nobody wants us. Nobody wants us. Hey, what are you thinking about this Western and IU game?
I think this is going to be the battle of the two worst mascots in all of college athletics. Because nobody knows what a Hoosier is, and you guys got some big grimace, some red grimace running around on the field. That's the Hilltopper.
What Big Red is, he represents the spirit of Western. He's the spirit.
It's a pimple?
No. He's Big Red. He's
like a big pimple.
A buddy of mine got in a fight with Big Red at Freedom Hall. Oh, you laugh now because guess what we found out when he knocked the mask off? Oh my God, you idiot! There's a woman in Big Red.
Oh my gosh. So how many days did he do?
Well, he got escorted out of Freedom Hall with the quickness. Sorry, Coach Walls.
Oh my gosh, man.
In his defense, Big Red did come over, was talking a bunch of gibberish and shoved him. So he went, he bucked back and.
How bad could a shove from Big Red really hurt, though? Let's be honest.
That's what I'm saying, man. He was a frail boy.
Oh my gosh, man. So what? Hey man, what? The mascots aside, what are you thinking about this game this weekend?
It's going to be a tough game for the Hilltoppers. I mean, in front of your 5,000 loyal, diehard fans down there.
See what y'all do? See what y'all do? Listen. Okay, that's fair. All right.
You know what?
It's a cozy stadium.
It's a cozy stadium.
It's very cozy. That one half is, be filled up. The other half be wide open. Got the cows in the pasture over there in the field.
Yeah, okay.
People show up with blankets like it's a drive-in movie. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, okay.
Go,
Yeah, y'all
my
was saying
sisters
that
at
when they came here to the Cardinal Stadium, the cheeks all tight when Louisville finally won with that final second field goal. Everybody in the press box with their cheeks all tight.
I don't remember that.
Well, I remember it very well. I'm gonna tell you what happened. I cheered because I thought that Louisville missed the field goal. From my vantage point, like they missed it. I was cheering like crazy. And then I looked around and saw everybody else cheering. I was like, what's going on here?
And then
they actually made the field goal. I just kept cheering and played it off.
Did you just immediately assume the Cobra Kai?
I just kept cheering like, okay, because I felt kind of stupid. I swear, I'm being telling the God honest truth. I kept going. Oh, okay. All right.
I'm in red too.
Yeah. So, I think it's under the lights. It starts at 7 p.m. Central Time.
I think it's been a good game. Honestly, I think at the end of the day, IU just squeezes it out only because they have a deeper squad.
I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. But I'm very excited about this game. We're going to move on to the Tampa Bay and Rams. What you thinking, Double H?
Man, this could be literally the NFC Championship. Like, this could be the preview of the NFC Championship game right here, because the Rams have been balling. I mean, I know we live in the East Coast, so a lot of folks don't get a chance to see the Rams play. But the Rams, Matthew Stafford, those guys have been like putting up points left and right, just balling out of control. But it's Tom Brady. Like, can you really bet against?
Brady,
I know
man.
Tom Brady's like 100 years old, but can you really bet against Tom Brady?
Listen, man. Like I said, man, I'm finally on
I
board.
want to, but I know better to bet against Tom Brady.
Yeah, I'm
So
on board
I'm
now,
taking
man.
Tampa Bay.
I'm on board now. And what do y'all keep talking about not getting to see this? Dude, do y'all not have Sunday ticket? What are y'all doing, man? I got NFL Sunday ticket. What are y'all doing?
We got money like you. You're an
What?
engineer. I'm an architect. Come on, man. He sells barbecue. What do you think we are?
Man, come on.
Chico and the
Out of his
man
own
over here.
restaurant. Stop doing that. Shout out to FDKY Barbecue, man. My man Joe Kelly right here, the owner and operator. You know what I'm saying? Go out and show him some mad love. FDKY Barbecue. Yeah, it's hard to bet against Tom Brady, and it's fun watching him prove everybody wrong. I'm definitely gonna go with Tampa Bay in this game. No slight to the Rams, but I kind of don't have much of a dog in the fight. But I would definitely flow with Tom Brady on this one and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I said it 2 weeks ago, man. Until I see further evidence, I don't bet against Tom Brady or LeBron. You always go with Tom Brady. I'm not making light of it. It's really miraculous what he's doing, and I hope it doesn't come out that he's on the juicy juice or something.
Yeah.
'Cause then that ruins the whole feel good of it.
It wouldn't even ruin it for me. I don't care. I think
really.
everybody's juicing.
Look, man,
I know LeBron is juicing. I'm not gonna stop watching him.
I will go on record and say, if y'all need a little boost, go for it, man. I don't care. I'm here to
Dude,
be
I'm
entertained.
taking steroid shots in my back. Dude, why is it illegal for them but legal for us?
Yeah, and let's be honest, man. Steroids are like, beer. You shouldn't have like 100, but a little jab here and there, good for the immune system. Get you strong. What you think prednisone is, baby?
Hey, man, listen. I've had cortisone injections before. I don't know if that's banned in the NFL or not, but I guess that's the end of my career.
That's what they give you at halftime.
Man, it is what it is, man. So it looks like we're all going with Tampa Bay on this one. The next one up is the Eagles and the Cowgirls. What you thinking about that, Double H?
I was kind of hoping Will was going to be here for this one, as we talked about the greatness it is, the Dallas Cowboys. Jalen Hurts, Dak Prescott, who you got? I mean, Jalen looked like he was like balling out of control week one. Him and Jameis Winston was like, these guys have been reborn. These guys are it. Week two is kind of like, ooh. Yeah, this is like the Jameis Winston I remember from the past, and Jalen Hurts isn't quite slinging it like we thought.
Right. I'm definitely going to go with Dallas on this one, just out of support for my main man, Rail. How about you, Mr. Kelly?
Going with Dallas.
Going with Dallas. Then we got the two biggest games of the weekend. We're going to get the UK and South Carolina out of the way first. What you thinking there, Double H?
UK by 10.
UK by 10. He's pulling a Rocky on us. I'm going to go say UK by 3 with a field goal as time expires with the ball in the air. How about that? What you thinking, Mr. Kelly?
I like 10. I think it's going to be a two-score game. It could be 14. I think Kentucky's going to come out and impose their will on South Carolina. South Carolina looks they look like a Will Muschamp production.
There it is. And I hate to pull for UK, but it's just, facts are facts. And finally, we got our U of L and FSU, my main man down in Tallahassee. I'm going to say U of L by, I don't care how much. I just hope they win. I'm going for U of L on this one. What'd you say, Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, I'm not really comfortable picking a score. I don't know which team shows up, but I do hope that they're reeling off the emotion they got from that win. I mean, how can you not be pumped? That was the first pick six in school history.
Yes, indeed.
To walk off.
Wait, that was?
For a walk-off.
Oh, okay, got you. To take the game home.
To just
Got you. I was about to say it.
Oh, no.
To take the game home.
This would be a much different podcast if that was the first in school history.
Well, what you saying there, Mr. Haven? Take us home, Mr. Haven, with your prediction in U of L FSU game.
Hey, FSU, talented team. They cannot get out of their own way. I think Louisville does enough to get it done. Louisville right now is 1-point favorite. I'd say Louisville by 7.
That's what's up, man. Listen, fellas, it's been a wonderful show. I can't believe the whole hour has gone by just that quick. Time flies when you're having fun. Be sure to stay tuned in to us every Thursday night, 7 p.m. on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in. My main man, Joe Kelly. My main man, Double H Harrington. We have Omni in the building. The Plug Network, period, man. This is our new home, and we love it here. We'll see you on the other side. See you next week, 7 p.m. on the Plug Network. Stay plugged in.